Hey guys, it's me again, Madison, with your DIY for this week. This week we are still building our cute little mini wreath, but this one's gonna be a little different. We're gonna be using dried ingredients, so super excited about that one. So let's go through it. We are again using the same tools that we used last week. So we got our wooden mini wreath, and we got our bind wire. And again, bind wire is that wire that's wrapped around like a thin thing of cloth. That's what we're gonna use to wrap our bunches on. For our stems we're going to be using today, we have one of my favorite types of greenery, olive branch. It has a lot of these little branchy pieces, so that's going to be perfect for our wreath making. We have this beautiful bleached and dried straw flower. It comes out this like really pale cream colored, it's like a cream tone. It's really pretty. So we got some of that. We have some dried and bleached ruscus. Be careful with this stuff when it's dried and bleached. It can get a little pokey, so don't get too rough with it. But it's very fun to use. What's really cool, since it's dried and bleached, you can also bend it a little bit to the shape that you want it to be in, so that's gonna be fun to use. Then we have these cute little bunny tails. Super, super, super cute. I love bunny tails. They add such a cute little fluffy accent, and I usually love using them in dried or bleached arrangements, so one of my faves. And then we have some dried and bleached gyposporum, also known as baby's breath. Very excited to use this. It's gonna be like a cute little accent, like a dainty little accent to the rest of our dried and bleached ingredients. So exciting, let's get started. All right. So we're pretty much gonna do what we did last time. If you were here last week, welcome back. If you're not, if you're new, welcome. We're gonna make cute little packets, but we're gonna make little piles to make our life easier. So first I'm gonna make all of my like bunny tails equal, and I'm just gonna cut it straight like that, just so I have those pieces ready to go. And then I'm gonna start with my olive branch. As you can see, olive branch has all these tiny little branch pieces all over it. Excuse me, just almost hit myself with the olive branch. And you're gonna make little packet pieces with it, just like last week. So here's one piece, and here's another. And we're just gonna make a pile of olive branch pieces. I'm not gonna use a lot this week because I'm gonna do like a half exposed, like crescent shaped wreath. I'm not gonna cover the whole wreath because I really want the color of the wood to come out of the wreath, so I'm not gonna cover the whole thing. So I'm not gonna cut too many packets this week. Then I'm gonna cut little packets of this. This one's nice because they have perfect little branches, so I'm just gonna cut it along the main stem to like split it up, of my bleached ruscus. There's another piece right there. And then my third piece right there. Just gonna do that over and over. Oh, this one's already cut, but I'll do that. And with my fourth piece. Perfect. Now for our straw flower, again, they're already cut into cute little pieces, but I'm just gonna cut them a little shorter so you can fit them into our packets. And then the same thing for our bleached and dried baby's breath. I almost mixed those two words together. I almost said dreached. But no, bleach and dried, what I mean. So make little packets. Fun, fun. All right. I love the holiday season. You guys have been hearing me say that since Thanksgiving, but I do. It's such a fun, jolly time. All right, so now that we have our package, we're gonna put our other greens to the side and then place our neat little packets to make our life easier. And then we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna put my printers away because I won't need them that much. So here we go. First, as always, you're gonna anchor your bind wire to your wreath. I'm going to do that by doing what we did last week and going around and then making just a simple knot. Again, since it's bind wire, you don't have to do like super hard knots, just like a quick little tie to make sure that it stays around, you know, a tight one. And again, you should be able to yank on that a little bit and it shouldn't go anywhere, and it won't. And then I'm gonna start on my packets. All right, so I'm gonna make these ones pretty full because I'm not gonna cover the whole thing, but you know, if you're lucky on your olive branch, you might get some olives, super cool. Get some fruit pieces. I want to think about how I want this to look. I think I'm gonna take a piece of the ruscus and layer it through my olive branch like that, and then just make a packet, just like we did last year. Not last year, but last week. Now for our straw flower is really delicate. Since it's bleached and dried, we want to make sure that we're being very delicate with this. So I'm going to place it gently where I want it to be at the corner, and then I am going to just wrap around like I usually do. And let me get some baby's breath in this one too. Almost forgot my baby's breath, guys. Get a nice little piece of baby's breath in there. Maybe a bunny tail or two. Voila, and now we have this beautiful packet. Wow, look at that. And we're gonna place that right on our mini wreath. I'm gonna cut this a little short so it's like neat. Mechanics being neat are very important. You're gonna place it right on top of where the rope goes. And then just tighten it and wrap it right around, just like last week. So you put it on top of where we started, and then just take your rope and you go around and through. You make a pretty tight little bow. And you got your first packet on. Amazing. Well, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start making another packet. Now I know what I said last week. Go in the same direction, Madison. That's what you said. I know. But this week we're gonna do something different because we're doing this more stylistically. And again, I'm not doing a full coverage wreath. You are welcome to if you'd like at home. But for my design purposes, I wanted to do just like a half covered one. So I'm gonna make really big packets with a lot of stuff in them. Because that's just how I do it. You know? And then I'm gonna cover it partially. But again, feel free to use as much as you like. As much as you like. Cut that on flat. Then I'm gonna tuck that in right there so you can barely see it. See how you can barely see that? And then you're gonna tie it around and secure it like we've been doing. But again, I am laying it the opposite direction because I want to end it. I'm done. And I'm making sure this doesn't get tangled because remember how last week I got it super tangled? Shameful, I know. Don't do it. You'll be very upset. You see that? There we go. Making sure before you tie it down all the way, all of those stems are placed how you want them to be. Because if not, then they won't look the way you want them to be. So before I do like my final tightening thing, I'm gonna make sure you can see everything. There we go. Just wrapping around and under that straw flower to really tighten everything down. Beautiful. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. All right. So then we're going to close it off. So I'm going to take my scissors and then go bloop, just like that. second. And then I'm gonna go around one more time, and in my last one, ooh, make sure that you're covering your stem line. You don't want any of that showing. I just took a look and I was like, oh, you can see the rope. You don't want that. Don't be like me. All right, so you're gonna go around one more time. You're gonna loop it underneath what you just did. So I'm just tightening my mechanics in there. This is definitely a more modern approach to like wreaths. Like if you don't want the whole Christmassy, wintry look, you can definitely go for something more like this. Because you know, the winter wreaths isn't really everyone's taste, which is okay. I love them personally, but not everyone does. So if you want to go for a more modern approach, this one's a good idea for you. So if you're looking at your wreath and you're like, oh, I could use a couple more pieces, that's okay. I'm gonna tighten that really well. And then we can just add a few pieces. So I think I want to add something that's like kind of right here. So I'm gonna make one more bunch right there in the middle to kind of flare out a little more. And I'm gonna do like a bunny tail. Not a lot of things in there. More like those accent greens that we were using. Clear up your table to make yourself more organized. And this little wreath we've used a lot, right? It's nice. It's nice. I'm gonna cut this one really short just so I can get that angle that I really want. And I'm gonna place it just right behind. I'm gonna actually tie this from the back, little tip, instead of putting in the front, so it won't like obstruct anything that I'm doing. I'm actually gonna tie this right in the back so that I can get that angle I want. See how it does that? If I tie it in the front, I wouldn't be able to get that angle, so I flipped it around and just tied it from the back. Then I'm just gonna use whatever left over I have. Do a little loop, tie it. Fluff out everything. Make sure everything's in the front. And then, ooh, let me get those bunny tails out. I want to see them. I want to see the bunny tails that I'm using. They're so pretty. All right, and then we are done. This is our more modern, less Christmassy, but still can be used in the Christmas setting, dried and bleached little mini wreath. It is beautiful. I love the little accents from the baby's breath. They add like a daintiness to it. The olive branch is like a very soft green, and it's like one of my favorite shades of green. So it's really like soft and not too like, oh, Christmas, you know? This one is like the dried straw flower. Again, it adds like a papery look to it and makes it look very crafty and cool. I just love this so much. I really do. I really do. So thanks for joining me again. As always, it's always a pleasure. I want to see what you do with this week's DIY, so make sure you're sending pictures to the email below. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey guys, it's me, Madison, with another bonus video to this week's DIY. So you're gonna have some leftover greens with your wreath, but that's okay, because we're gonna show you another way that you can use them. So we have something here called a bud vase. Bud vases are like really tiny vases that you can trinkle through your like dinner table, or we trinkle through tables on like weddings and events, on cocktail tables, things like that. They're just small little accent pieces. So we got this really pretty bud vase right here. And with my leftover greens, I'm gonna make a cute little bud vase. So I have this ruscus right here. I'm gonna cut down some of these because with, what is it called? With bud vases, they're very minimal. You don't want too much in them. So I'm just gonna put that in right there. Then I'm gonna take some of our olive branch. Find a good little piece. This piece looks nice right here. Ooh, and this one has some olives on it. Big olive fan over here, by the way. All right, let me use my pruners. Cut any little ends off that are weird. Use that piece right there. Beautiful. Now we have some like olive leaf like hanging off the side. Whew, love that. All right, and now we're going to go into our bunny tails. Cute, cute, cute. They're so cute. Look at them. I love them. All right. Again, you see how it's looking. Cute, cute. And now, finally, we're going to use some of our straw flour. I have one little straw flour left over. Place that right there. And then I add a sprig or two of our baby's breath. Play with it a little bit. Make sure, remember they're really minimal, so there's not a lot of stems in there, so sometimes it can get hard to get it. When you get it, it can be really cute. And now you have a cute little accent to go on your table. As a little accent, like I can put this right here. Instead of this little vase, I can put this right here. Use it as a little accent, put it here, put it anywhere on your table. Beautiful. All right, well, thanks for joining me in this little bonus video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.